You know, doesn't matter what the name is, doesn't matter who's in the server against us, doesn't matter if it's a Tabson. We can take them. And let's see if they can take down Aurora right now, because we're about to hop into the server, hop into the game for a little Inferno.
Yeah, should be exciting. Something quite cyclic about new game, but we're coming back to old territory, aren't we? Back on Inferno, where it should be. And this is going to be a very interesting map for the Chosen Few because Inferno is so predicated on information rotations, having solid fundamentals. That is a difficult thing to build up as a new team, new players to this sort of level. And this is the Cauldron. See what they can do.
Cauldron. I like it. And I love new Inferno. It's so pretty. Lackey doesn't love headshots because he can't find any right now. Hybrid will actually put his teammate shaiK down to help on out, which little unfortunate, but the bomb's going to be planted. They've got the site. It's all these three-man approach from Banana. Would like that to have a bit more impact when three players have their back turned to you. But opportunity missed. Let's see if they can still capitalize. Hitboxes. Hitboxes. Libido. Blame that on the game. Well, not on you. Shake it off. This is a really tough setup to break from the double pit. Just can't imagine they're going to be able to get through, but the flashbang at least gives them the chance to fight, and it's a chance that the Chosen Few will be ready for.
Yeah. Save his armor. That bait setup in pit was always going to be hard to break. I'm not even sure Skrimo really needs to fight. He's going to get out of there. So clean pistol. Clean pistol. They just go into apps. There's only one player on the A side of the map for Aurora, and unfortunately for them, they did gamble the wrong way. That's how the cookie crumbles. Now, of course, in Go, you'd always 4-second on Inferno. Looks like it's going to be the case here for Aurora. KENSi can even get out of FAMAS because he saved that body armor. And a couple smokes elsewhere in the mix. Oh, of course, the skyboxes are open, aren't they? So back to the old school. This is real old school 2015-14 smoking strategies.
We got some really fun natage. I really like it. I really like the open skyboxes around in general. I think encouraging creativity is cool. He trades 1-for-1 with the Deeg, so that's not bad.
On the skybox angle, I think it's kind of a nice way to do it, to have it open first, and then if Valve wants to, if certain things are overly, egregious, then you adjust it, if that makes sense. So we don't come from the other angle of tightening up first and then trying to be smart about what opens up. It is a better way to do it. I'm presuming they'll go in that direction because I will warn you that old school Inferno back in 2014-15 was a bit of a CT fest when you could put down so many nades on Banana.
I don't think it'll be as much of an issue right now just because of how generally T-sided we've seen the game be with the Pika's advantage things.
Yeah,
right?
It's also going through those smokes, I guess, on the HEs. It could be very interesting to see how the CTs hold Banana when the T's can pop through it pretty easily.
Yeah, there's more solutions to the idea. As it is, Norwi. Gotta be in a tough spot here. Gets the one. Damage on the second as well. That's about as much as you could be hoping for. You'd wish the HE from KENSi was a little closer, but nope, not to be. Bomb will be down. Does the HE point home? Not quite. How much of a look-see do Aurora want to give this? Stealth are rotating late. There's the nadage. Not quite deep enough.
They're going to go for it. There's another resmoke on CT, and I really believe these guys should save now. I don't think there's time. Latty's praying for an over-facing player, but he's the man. Stick his head out in the open. And his remaining two needs to get out of here. I guess there's an angle of, trying to kill them against the bomb plant. Hold them around a little bit longer, but all in all.
shaiK and Libido are dead.
Yeah, let's have a look.
Oh, no, they both live.
Just out of there.
All right. Good foot race. This is actually a map where the bomb radius is very similar to what it used to be. It doesn't feel as egregious anymore. Or it doesn't feel as egregious as other maps.
So I think, thinking more about, Inferno on CS2, when we all saw the smoke changes and the interactions you can have, especially the HEs going into them. I think everyone that has been in or around the professional level, the first place they thought of was B-Site Inferno. Because for so many years, we've just smoked here where Lackey is now. So many years. Half a decade, maybe a decade, at least. And it's been, you know, a rule of Counter-Strike that you can stay behind that. Maybe they can flash through, but you can have an advantage. That's not the truth anymore. I think you can nade from behind the half wall and just run through it. So I'm willing to bet, Mike, that CTs aren't going to smoke that anymore. I don't think it has value. I don't think it's worth it.
I think it still does. I don't think teams quite have had enough. Well, I guess we'll see.
In the
I'm
end,
not sure teams have had...
I'm willing to bet that it's not the way to go.
I think you're gonna have to really get that kind of a play, the nade pops, if you're actually trying to go through. I think right now nade pops are very powerful for going for a fight through things, but I think because it's so brief, if you're trying to get it so that, you know, you're nade popping to actually take the site, you're gonna have to get timing really dialed in terms of not being so close to the nade that you're just nading the crap out of yourself, but also being right there to be able to take advantage of the smoke burst. I think teams will do it. I'm just not sure anyone's there yet.
Yeah, it's going to come soon. That's really not dead. Yeah, I mean, there's a load of things. There's, you know, presumably the nade doesn't actually need to be in the smoke. It can probably be pretty close. She could probably
Well, the problem is, if it's not in the smoke, it'll blow half the smoke away. Yeah, you kind of have to have it dead on if you want to fully dissipate the smoke.
But yeah, people need to figure out, you know, there's probably actually a trade-off. If you could go in with about 10% damage, it might be worth it if you can get closer to the smoke.
I think certainly for like a Mac 10 rush or a Tech 90 round, you're definitely going to see teams make that trade-off. It's just like anything that rewards creativity to me is very fun. Lackey will creatively get burned alive.
Why didn't somebody smoke on it?
They're hazing. It's hazing. Oh, hybrid through. They don't know. I think he's making steps, so they actually do know. Did not make a secret of this, but it's a crazy position. 3 HP, a little less crazy. But he's pulled so much focus off of A, and they're going to try and exploit this because they know someone's going to have to come looking for this, and actually two did. There's no one on site. Oh, gosh. SPELLAN's got the angle, and hybrid 3 HP or no, still going to get the kill. This is massive now. Molotov down. This is a save.
It has to be, doesn't it? It's got to be a save. Get out of here. If you're Aurora. Wow. After hybrid got spotted, I did think he was just going to be dead to rights and it would be back to 4 and 4, but he just about stayed alive in towards Arch. And Aurora overreacted. Maybe it even wasn't an overreaction. They just came off the site because they felt like they had no alternative. This is a great start for the Chosen Few. Very aggressive on Banana. And they just immediately popped through. Straight through. That could be another aspect where CTs... I don't think a CT's going to play up close to that smoke anymore. I think that would be idiotic. So maybe there's more opportunities to just get through it. Because everyone's going to be playing for coffins or U-box or, you know, somewhere where you can play unsafe. A lot of the dynamics are changing. A lot of the rules of Inferno are changing.
Certainly are. But there's one rule that will not be changing, which is that it sucks to be broke as a CT. Only one player survives. You're not going to get a buy around this. You're going to be very limited. I mean, Deegs out in this round. Bits and bobs of utility. Chosen Few having kind of the ideal start to this game right now.
And you talk about creativity. Why aren't Aurora buying up some more nades? Why aren't we running a special setup? Why aren't they going for something a bit mad when you come through a smoke or, you know, try and make something happen? At the moment, pretty default spread. They do have 3 here on B, I guess. But if the Chosen Few sniff that out, flashbang is in. Hybrid's caught out in the open. Skrimo wasn't ready for it. They weren't on the same page. They were not prepared for that whatsoever. And they've been punished.
There's still an opportunity here because there's just one player isolated on site. It's Lefty. They don't clear him. Ooh, he's gonna punish. shaiK will get the bomb plant, but this is very much on. shaiK, how do you try and survive here? Smoke gonna go up from Moto. Just trying to find something to fight from. I don't mind taking the off angle here. good with it. Take the fight, take the initiative, but the trade is there. They're playing buddy system. And so Aurora, when it was starting to look a little tough, snatch one away off of the very limited partial buy. That's, I mean, really just one flashbang top banana ruins the Chosen Few's round.
Yeah, it looked like the Chosen Few were trying to pull nades on B. There was a smoke down into CT. So I guess maybe they're called in transition, but you've got to be ready for that. You have to... Everybody knows it's a possibility at this sort of level. And those pants are down. They got caught. Half buy win for Aurora, which is always good for the money. You see KENSi and Lackey already have the cash in the bank. It's because they didn't even fully invest in the previous, so... A good chance for Aurora to get the teeth back into Inferno. 3B start from them. Lots of nades down. Banana and Lackey through that nade smoke. This was a nice pick. Beautiful.
Libido. Looking for some clear in towards the apartments. Look at how stymied they are. I mean, the deep smoke on banana means that you can't quite leave it. You can't quite go forward. You're just sort of stuck, and SPELLAN trying to get some nades out on the mid will be punished. No control for you, SPELLAN. Snot bullet lodged in your thigh. Are we jumping? Fortunate to not get caught, but they're coming his way. The Chosen Few trying to batter down the door. And in the meantime, SPELLAN finds Celta. He almost just come in the apartment, but KENSi playing around the smoke. He's lined up, traded out. They're fine with that. If they can kill this backside player, Norwi with the Yog will not be allowing that possibility. So SPELLAN just completely isolated here. They no longer have to deal with him. He's only got 30 seconds to try and somehow find his way back to that bomb. And it's not looking like he's even going to attempt that. This is looking like a save.
Yeah, I think it should be. Massive credit to Norwi, because that was looking scary. It did kind of feel like the player that got, I think it was, I guess it was KENSi that walked through the CT smoke did look like a bit of a freebie. But yeah, when the Chosen Few had 4B, they had SPELLAN killed a player on the lurk in the A apartments. That looked amazing for them. Maybe they should have waited. Maybe they should have waited, because if you want to look at it on kind of like a chessboard sense, SPELLAN's kill doesn't do anything because you haven't, you know, allowed the time for the CT to say, okay, we're 2 on A now, we need to move. So they could have waited, I guess. But even so, I think with the numbers on B, they should have done more. It should have gone better than that.
Strong nadage, but a strong op shot. The car peak punish. Lackey out of play right off the rip. Gonna be loving that if you're the Chosen Few. Aurora's been left alone.
Aurora's done a few of these takes, haven't they? But they don't actually smoke the bottom. Throwing the mollies. Nadage. Norwi comes off the corner. Smokes on the molly for now, but he doesn't have any backup. Instead, Aurora,
smoke at least.
Yeah, Aurora's really committing to fighting mid here. Flashbang comes out. KENSi peeks, gets a frag as well. And that should do even more to kind of stifle his offense and slow him down.
He also got a spot on the bomb. Oh, Libido's making noise. Footsteps. Didn't realize Celta was out here on the balcony. Uh-oh. This is starting to fall apart. Doors coming off the hinges, and off of this, Norwi's going to be emboldened to take more banana control. So he's confirming what his team already suspects, which is that, well, it's definitely coming towards A. There's no one down here. Laddie! Gotta be a little careful. Could use a flashbang for this repeak. There's that flashbang. Not effective on it. Eventually gets the kill, but only the one. Op not really paying dividends here, leaving all the pressure on to KENSi, who will rise to the challenge. shaiK trying to make something happen here, trying to bait out the approach, and he gets it, but he's not ready to handle KENSi on the guns.
Good hold in the end. I think for those that weren't here yesterday or haven't watched any top-level CS2 yet, what you just saw with Latty, with how he was holding that angle, it's so hard. really hard if you're the defensive player. In Go, he would have been right eye. He would have had an advantage. Lati never would have been the author to fire second. And he was there. He's fortunate that the initial shot actually missed. But we saw a lot of that yesterday, didn't we? Where some authors, it feels like, are adjusting more. Being a bit more dynamic, a bit more on the move. Like either deeper lines or trying to walk into angles. And some others are, understandably, pretty set in their ways from, you know, at least half a decade of Counter-Strike.
You gotta break the mold. Ooh, that's one way to break the mold. Dig shot. Headshot. Drop top. Range drop. Op shot. Whiffo. The pistols are on towards the side. Poor Libido gets put down. The collapse on the Skrimo as well, but that's an overface from Laddie. KK didn't realize they were out, and this, at this point, it's got to be a save, right? I mean, this is tough. Lackey clearing out the mid play. That's going to embolden them to go for it. The bomb's not down just yet, so they've got a chance. What a chance. The shaiK is making difficult. And it all falls to Norwi now, who's in the apartments. A 1v3. Has Kit at least. The first player eliminated. Ooh. But he's being toyed with from the pit. Bait out the response. And Skrimo eventually will give it to him.
That's a gut punch. That is a real gut punch if you're Aurora. That was a reasonably heavy eco for the chosen few. They did not invest much. SPELLAN boosted in second mid, gets the first kill. With a tricky angle onto brackets. And that has done horrible things to the Aurora money, which never really got established. Wow, look at this. There are some deagles, but we've only got one HE grenade, one set of armor. I guess we should expect good things from the chosen few on their map pick, but this is outperforming what I would have expected. They look brilliant so far.
Ooh, that's a heater of a dig shot. But obviously advantage still very much for the chosen few. The old ADing Ds are ridiculous in this current game.
Chucking the guns away. Do look a little bit hesitant here. And what are Aurora going for? They're going to rotate all the numbers onto B. I thought Seltzer was going, but he's sticking around in brackets for now. Off he goes through Arch. So they have the numbers here, Aurora, but even so, with all this utility, all the options that the chosen few have to execute the site, still should be A-OK.
Lackey, all right, just swing back in, why not? Finally, they put him down, but Lackey is making something happen where it absolutely should not, and both remaining deeks are here, rotating off with 25 seconds. I mean, it's probably the right call, but it's going to be very titchy on the foot race. They're very slow to start, though, on the Aurora side, are they? This could be tough. Gun will be gained for KENSi at the very least, and we know what kind of work he can do this round. Oh, no. Selter beats them onto the angle. The bomb's going to be planted by Libido, but actually he may not have a chance. No, not even bomb money given over. That is a disaster of a round for the chosen few.
I can't believe it. And
they just stalled out.
Yeah, they...
It was a 5v3.
It's a clear cut. Some teams are really bad, or you know, their communication gets flustered when they're trying to get on the same page during the execute. You've got to figure out who's throwing the smokes, who's going the flashes, who's going in first, what's the spacing like, and if you're not good at coordinating that quickly, that's the result. You're caught in two minds, you're wasting a lot of time. Like he just walks in. He didn't go in on a flashbang. There wasn't some amazing strategic play from Aurora. He just walked in and shot him.
That's a tough one. That's gonna really, and here's where, as a young team, as an inexperienced team, you don't have necessarily the reps to just say, okay, we did it dumb, shake it off, forget about it, move on to the next one, right?
Yeah.
And that's, so if you're SPELLAN here, that's what you're going to be trying to do. Um,
I think it's
you're
also
going to be talking to the team. You're going to be saying, all right, we'll talk about it later. Forget that round. We got to try and get 2 more in here.
I think it's also for a more experienced team. If you took a pause here, you could say, that's not how we've done it before. That's not how we do it in practice. And I'm not sure for the Chosen Few they have that frame of reference. For them, they might have to pause and SPELLAN fully explains to them that we've got to talk faster. You need to do this better. You know, instead of it being a 5-word conversation where you just put it behind you, he might right now have to be explaining so much to them, being the sole experienced player on this lineup, because wow, that is heart-wrenching way to lose that round, because it could have been a brilliant half, and now there's a real chance now for Aurora to streak ahead. I assume this has become a tech problem. Must have.
Seems like it at this point.
Somebody dropped on CT?
Skrimo hasn't bought yet. Lucky hasn't bought yet. Could be some indicators.
There's a kit on the ground. You can see it, so that only... there we go. Medic'd up. What do you make of the aesthetic of the new Inferno?
I like it a lot. It's very pretty. There's a lot going on. Some things might need to be a little streamlined, but I'm not too worried about it. I like the way the map looks. I don't think it causes any particular issues. I mean, if you're working on a ancient PC, it may not be the most friendly for you, but that's what setting sliders are for.
Yeah. I mean, it's also a fundamental truth of kind of modern gaming that the expectations of a lot of new players is going up and up and up. Of, you know, the quality, maybe not the realism, but at least the atmosphere and the depth, maybe the quality of the map. So it was gonna have to go this way, but there is balance to be struck, I guess, with visibility and models. That might take some time in CS2. As the Chosen Few are really pressing for this banana control. Is Hybrid gonna go? He's exploding in on just a flashbang, and that's wild. There's no backup.
Not ideal. We've seen a few of those wild plays. Seems like it was mostly designed to pull attention, which it did succeed in doing. Means that Celta is a little isolated here, and SPELLAN will be able to find him. There was a trade, though, and the health is not looking ideal for the Chosen Few. Bomb's gonna go down, but they're out of utility. All the nades are gone. This is just gonna be about shooting. And there are some smokes to isolate angles on the Aurora side. So this is a very viable retake. Still, the A-side retake is brutal. It's a tough one with 3 alive. First player spotted in deep pit. It's a safe assumption. But here, by the cold zero box, one goes down. It's all on Norwi. Been loving this AUG. He's out of time. He's out of chances. He's out of life.
Credit to SPELLAN.
Nice 4-piece for the veteran.
SPELLAN's getting a lot of lurk kills on a... if he doesn't get that kill, if he doesn't take the space up short, that's not a round win for the Chosen Few after going down 4 on 5. So it's unorthodox, Mike, to have your in-game leader and the only veteran player as the lurker. It's a very tricky way to play, but at least on those lurks, he is finding impact. Big factor for them in some of these rounds.
Hybrid's been tagged up off the scout. Laddie going for a little swing ring. Succeeding on it too. And we've crashed.
No.
Uh-oh.
I think they might be coming back to us.
Let's hope we come back. Yeah, it doesn't seem like we're coming back. I hear Molotov, though, so something's happening. I think the round's still playing out. Either that or we just have a Molotov sound on our transition, which would be kind of sick, to be honest. Let's think about that. Let's workshop that.
Maybe. Or we could get all the in-game sounds as different parts. And
yeah,
really
we just flashbang transition. You have like a smoke transition.
Wait, I could probably do a flashbang.
We could do a Zeus transition where it just electrocutes the whole screen. You go, ah! And then it transitions to us. All right, just a little stutter, folks.
I've got the socket next to me. Bring a fork.
Yeah, stick a fork in it.
I better get paid overtime for that.
Do you think that's how Valve did the Foley for the for the Zeus sound effect? They just electrocuted somebody.
Did they give him hazard pay?
Hopefully. Life insurance, certainly. Player first oranges, player new. Norwi gonna be able to make this work with 5-7. They're trying to dig him out. He's getting pretty tough, and going through the smoke is KENSi to punish for 2. Lackey's still alive. Newbox, this is just completely deleted. They're out of time. They cannot win this round. Hybrid just has to stay alive, and while he will at least punish the economy going forward, we're just coming to the end of the half. This is the last round. That's a tough one for the chosen few. We obviously didn't see quite how the mid round went, but there's somewhere a lot of time came off the clock for very little gained.
Is hesitation a good word for some of this T side? I think it might be. Another round where they're losing against the lower buy, and they've really done so much work on the gun rounds. It is a bit of a shame they're not further in the lead. And another aggressive banana take this time. Nades exchanged. Lackey comes out the worst of that one. This range with the shotgun, I'll believe it when I see it, Norwi.
SPELLAN. Got an interesting angle, but Lottie's just going to dry clear it, and it's going to work out. Pressure on for Celt there. Lines up 2. And this one's looking clean. All onto shaiK. This would be an incredible clip. Dink onto Laddie. Don't say it's impossible. Can he get into pit, get a gun? The answer is yes.
You've got to get mega aggressive. Take all the fights. There's no potential here if you sit back, especially with Pika's advantage the way it is. He's got to seek out a duel to make this possible.
KENSi's the only kid. Where is KENSi? Okay, he's coming from library, so he should have a teammate to pick it up even if he drops. Lottie spots, and it's the XM of all things to put him down. 6-all. Scoreline knotted up here at the end. A few huge missed opportunities for the chosen few means that we've got a tied game. back into the fun, into the second half. All knotted up here, Alan. I don't think we expected that based on the flow of play, but a couple big eco rounds coming away for Aurora. Now they got a real chance here in the second.
Oh, there was also questions about these individuals from the Bulgarian squad. Could shaiK, could Skrimo live up to their play yesterday? And it's kind of a resounding yes so far, isn't it? Skrimo's been brilliant. SPELLAN as well, actually. I know he's only got 8 kills, but he had some big impact ones, so... Individually, they look in a good place. There's been a few issues anti-eco, but you kind of expect that, I think, for a team like this. So, certainly some hot prospects. And even getting one map off Aurora would be a result for these guys. So, done a lot of work in that first half. A pistol here. Even nicer.
It feels like it's really just those 2 rounds where they stall out in banana and get exposed by Deagles, right? The one where it's was it KENSi just swinging back in? And then also, or it was Lackey, I think, swinging back in with the Deagle, and then another where they just run out the clock far too long before they actually go in. So, outside of those, pretty brilliant half. Skrimo gonna take the initiative here. What a way to get started. And, well, so far it's the clean sweep. Bomb might still have a chance to be planted, but the numbers are gonna be majorly up here for the chosen few. KENSi needs to get these numbers punched in, at least secure the money for the next round, and he'll be able to do that. Meantime, Norwi's gone walkabout, trying to make the big play, trying to win this round for them, and he's found SPELLAN as a result. Now there's a bit of a crossfire potential, but one half of it's been chopped off, and the other follows immediately as well. So pistol round on for the chosen few, very commanding here. But Aurora, at least with the plant money.
Guess they'll buy again. I don't see why not. But Skrimo is... continuing to be on a colossal tear. What a great map he's having. That's very nice to see. And there's that buy. Norwi manages to get an AK out. Granted, no head armor, but we know how potent aggressive swings, especially groups as a team, can be. And there's a lot of potential on this map, Mike. Going up brackets, just facing mid. Going out long and getting aggressive, even contacting B. These are some really great opportunities being presented by the Peakers advantage.
It's already almost gone for Aurora. Flashes are. Here they go. There's the peek out from shaiK. There's nothing to clear him out of the cubby. SPELLAN strikes from Boiler at the same time, so you're down to 2. SPELLAN just swinging in, and that's exactly what you're talking about with the peekers. The bomb's been dropped behind. Norwi is alone, and what do you even do here? 1v4. This would take some heroics, and Skrimo will not be allowing them. So again, a great start to a half for the chosen few. Look, all the things that you're pointing at, you're saying, how do you have the best possible game? How do you give yourselves the best chance to succeed? You win both pistols. You convert both rounds. You take some gun rounds. You deny the bomb plant here. Everything's pointing towards a chosen few win. They just have to seal the deal.
Look at it another way. If they clean up their anti-ecos, what a strong Inferno this has been.
Yeah.
It really has been fought out. It's been aggressive and passive when it needed to be. A lot of different looks. And Aurora, for me, if you want to look at it on the flip side, had they not won those pistol rounds, well, the eco rounds, they wouldn't be in this game. It wouldn't be close at all. I haven't seen a lot that strategically says that Aurora are in a good place at the moment. So they need to turn this series back around. It might be a chosen few match pick, but we still expect Aurora to be the team with more depth, the team with more experience. And, you know, if you remove the nameplates, I'm not sure you'd think Aurora is the more experienced team so far during this game.
No, and I mean, it is tough to speak about in that. Yeah, they certainly have more time together. But these are good players, for sure. Feels like one of the interesting narratives around Aurora, if you will. You've seen it from a few of the veteran voices in the scene have talked about how this newer generation of CIS talent have had some issues with ego frankly, in terms of team play. I think, you know, Hooch has mentioned it. A lot of it's sort of come when talking about other players, if you will. It's one of the things that people have highlighted about a prospect like a Donk is that he doesn't seem to have that issue. And a lot of these players on Aurora have come through other projects first, have had their chance with a more experienced squad and hasn't worked out for one reason or another. This round might, though. KENSi, that's a heck of a shot on the second. And we got a bomb plant. We got a chance, so I'm going to shut my yapper for a moment, or at least change its tune.
Still feels like he's just been taking a duel. Gets a fight, but now he's tagged down, and this is not looking good for KENSi. Players all around. SPELLAN just needs to help his teammate and peek at the same time. Tricky angle, and KENSi is getting peppered down. It was a nice pair of deagle kills, but that was a bit too much to ask.
Still getting a bomb plant out of that when it looked like a hopeless situation, and it's 1v4, right? It's pretty wild. Now they've got money to fight for the next. They've limited the economy growth from the chosen few. It at least sets themselves up properly for this first gun round.
Have to get traction early. Have to get traction. Or at least keep the chosen's few money very low. That's how they get back into this half, back into this first map of the series. shaiK's going for a peek. All the way down. Could have preempted, there wouldn't be an AWP. Given the money situation. Decided to fully swing wide. And the chosen few choosing to play mainly out of banana here. They're sitting back on the site proper for now.
Nice kills from Lackey coming in here. Peek back in from Libido. There's been tags, but no frags, and that means this one's over. You still even got Celta on the other side of the map. You could just wait, see if you can catch any of these players in the lurk, which he will eventually do. Bit of a labored spray. It's going to be a little frustrating when you look back on this round if you're the chosen few and you see how low 4 players are by the end of this. And Celta's gone, but it doesn't actually matter. There's no world where SPELLAN can attempt this. Just doesn't have the time.
Okay.
No, certainly not.
Yeah, he's gonna
if he
kit.
sprinted towards sight.
He had a kit, maybe, but it's not on.
How fun would that have been?
Let's keep these guns alive on the T side. As SPELLAN dies. That was a really kind of... That was a brilliant case study round for CS2 because the chosen few, they went freebie. They had the AWP in CT. On endpoint, we used to call it the Shiro setup. So you play AWP in CT, you play a rifle up close, being baited in, and you have someone on coffins who can either be gun out or holding flashes. That setup is designed to stop a contact play or to kill the first player as the T side pops in. And that's exactly what happened. Or well, that's exactly the round that came chosen few's way. They didn't get any kills. And I wonder if that sort of setup, because Pika's advantage is just enormous, is becoming redundant because the CT AWPer, he's got such a tough job to hit the first shot.
Nice nades. Rumbles this setup. They know the stack's coming their way. Let's see if this can get anything. Damage, but no kills. But yeah, I think it's a salient point that just a lot of the CT side is going to have to be redefined right now. I mean, hopefully some of these things are going to get improved with sub-tick, or maybe we get to go back to 128 tick for competition. But right now, it definitely changes the way that you have to play the game. And some of the old setups, some of the classic tried and true setups that you would feel like would bang on and get you at least a couple kills, they just don't work. You have to be much more dynamic. We saw it yesterday in the opping in the Spirit game in particular, where especially when Donk was picking up the gun, you know, you didn't see a lot of angle holding. You saw jiggling back into fights. Just a different ball game. 2 players in boiler. Woohoo! Talk about swinging into angles, laddie. Bang that one on. SPELLAN fighting. shaiK. Still make this work. So this time they found the defense. This time from the site they hold. And now the cavalry is here. The bomb is down. And laddie KK with 11 points of health and an AWP in his hands, has to try and find some sort of a way back into this. Doesn't need to save. There will be a buy regardless after this. He could save if he wanted to. Plenty of cash available. But if he could do some damage here, that might help the cause. And the answer is no, he cannot.
It's a clean round all in all for the chosen few. A lot of cash though in reserve for Aurora, so plenty of buy rounds across the board. Set to come as we get our teeth into what is now CS2 MR12, the business end of the game. To recalibrate your brain, I think, a little bit, because I'm too used to seeing 10-8 and thinking we've got 25 minutes to go. No. Let's go over 3 rounds. Very important rounds to come. What is the move? Freebie start for the Bulgarian squad. Bit of nadage on Banana, but not committing just yet. Here they go. Deep smoke, nade round. Hybrid swings, and he's stuck between a burning rock and a hard place. I think these remaining guys need to get out of here and just use some utility to try and stop the onslaught. shaiK can't connect, and this is not looking good. Aurora are going to commit, surely. 4 players here, more nades flying over. Libido forced out to pillar. And I'm stunned that Aurora aren't already going. Here it comes. Better late than never. That's through the smoke. But they're gaining ground on the side.
Just desperation flashes. SPELLAN just making a play through. That's bold, ambitious. I knew this one looked done-so. It will be at this point. The question is, can you even save these guns? They're still looking like they want to give this a look. I mean, getting the AWP out would be challenging at this point. Really? They're going to attempt this? Eesh. Don't know that I love this. And okay, that smoke should make the decision for them. Skrimo dying certainly does. And I don't think at this point the AWP's going to be afforded the chance to save. No, they're fully on the hunt. shaiK knows he's surrounded. That's a ripper of a no-scope. Why not? Another as well. But down he will go. 1 round, all that separates these teams, and the CTs, they're broke.
A laboured take, I'll call that on B. Just so many nades coming out from the CD side that it was hard to fully commit, but they got there in the end. Got there in the end. Norwi's having a really good game. It was KENSi earlier who was looking good. Some of the individuals are coming into form as well. Come on, the chosen few. They're putting so much work into this game. It would be agonizing to see it slip away at this sort of stage.
It would. Hybrid goes for the hero. They're going in. All right, they're going in. With enough players on double eco. They are ripping it in this one. 3 rifles up. It's not a bad buy by any measure. Not a good one by any measure either, but you know, work with what you got. Aurora itching for a fight here. They don't want to slow down at all. Mac-10 trying to lead the charge. Lackey will do exactly that. He's traded. That's one of the rifles down, and Libido's just trying to get it away, trying to get utility down so he doesn't just get run down. That's exactly what's going to happen. This round over. 2 of the guns lost. Selter still collecting on the flank as well. That is a commanding way to seize a round.
Maybe seize the map. Maybe seize the map. Full force buy for the chosen few. Did they need to go into it? Were there options to try and save and buy again in the next? I'm not sure. Hindsight's 20/20. But it's going to be 10 apiece. shaiK doesn't hold on to this rifle. Even opportunities to do economic damage in the following round are starting to slip. You've got to keep this one going. And Aurora, I still think they're playing a scrappy brand of Counter-Strike. Maybe it shouldn't be a massive surprise for this sort of team, but if they can get this map over the line, even after it being a bit of a mess at times, that will do wonders for their chances to win this series.
this is one of those as well where I'm getting ahead of myself here, but if you drop this map as the chosen few, there's a few of those rounds that are going to haunt you, right? That are going to play in your head from that, especially from that first half against the Pistols, where you're just going to turn those over in your head a couple of times and think, wow, could have made this easier. Couple HEs on the map. That's about all that we have of interest for the chosen few. Where are those nades? They are spinning towards mid. But Aurora have shown that they are very content to kick down the doors of B again and again and again until you stop them. And look at this. shaiK is all the way down mid. Oh my goodness. He's just got to kill T-Ramp. That might stymie what Aurora's hoping to do here. And shaiK, most importantly, just gives it up. He doesn't hold on to the position. He backs away. So Celtics able to clear this, but now this is getting very spicy. Couple big kills. Clear the flower pots. They've gained the site. A late flower pot boost could come through, and indeed they attempt it. But no kills found, and Skrimo lost. I like the ideas here from the chosen few. I think they're maximizing what they've got to work with, but the problem is it's just not maximized enough. Now the bomb will be planted. These two guns might, well, one gun might want to try and save. And Aurora, for the first time this map, the first time in the entirety of this map, will slide into the lead.
Scary stuff. If you're a Bulgarian fan. Their buy in the next is still going to be a little bit worse for where I think. I believe on 2-4 loss bonus. If shaiK can keep this rifle going, he could actually drop an AWP. Or 47 rounds, I guess. That is an option, but has to keep this alive. I think he will, just about. There it is.
Oh, they're going in. This is what it hinges about. This is where it all hinges.
They've got very good nades, so certainly can do whatever they like on Banana. I have to say, though, during this game, from what I've seen from both teams, it is tough work to get a lot of value out of dumping nades on Banana early right now.
One of the things is you can just be up so fast as a T that it's very hard as the defenders to get your nades out fast enough that you're not just getting run down, right? That's the risk that you play, more so in this game than it was in Go.
So is T-Spawn actually a little bit further advanced?
I don't think so, but it just feels like you get to angles faster. And I don't think this is just an Inferno thing. And again, I think we need to see the sample size of pro games. But personal experience, everything feels like it's a little bit quicker.
Where did that entry come from? Did Norwi just peek B, kill the fire coffins, make it 2? Oh, not like this.
No.
Not like this. They're not even in the round, the chosen few. Oh, it's a disaster.
This is brutal now. This is brutal now. The bomb's not even here. Skrimo's gonna try and make a chance of this. The bomb is a long rotate. Has to be very careful about not getting caught by Skrimo, who's just gone for a look. Oh, Skrimo's trying to clear this out. He's going to realize that it's coming this way. And now with the smoke, he's going to get confirmation coming on the flank. shaiK, you got to play for the retake on this. He's going to flash through! Oh! Madman! That is insane. Gets the 1 kill at least. Sets up Skrimo with a clutch. Can Skrimo put these last couple of pieces together? He's just on the other side of the smoke. There's no world where Skrimo's going to expect this position. There's just no world. And on the fade, as soon as it goes, yup. Barrel on your temple. You're put down. That was a madness play from shaiK, trying to take matters into his own hands, Alan.
Don't forget the Norwi sequence at the start as well. That was brutal. Aurora have played much better Counter-Strike in the last few rounds. The T-side seems to be suiting them, getting aggressive contact plays. Being the ones to, be decisive and make the move first, the proactive team. And that nets them 2 map points on their opponent's pick. And this one is going to be as good as it gets. 1 M4, 1 FAMAS, 2 MP9s, a Deagle, and not much utility for this CT side. That is a tough gig on the CT side of Inferno. And the Chosen Few has sunk practically all of their nades to getting this early banana control. So it has to come good. They have to get value out of this.
It's crazy that this is one of the slowest rounds we've actually seen from Aurora, off of that aggression from the Chosen Few. Sort of redefining the way this has been playing out. That Molotov hits the smoke. Not getting value out of it. He's just admiring artwork. Laddie. Checking out the poster. Wait, plays anti-flash. Norwi gonna catch Libido. The play in works. So that deep banana control is gone, and now they have to rotate another. Split defense here, but it's out the balk. And shaiK puts in work. Puts in labor. The bomb is dropped. There's no time. 25 seconds. Norwi just walked the smoke. Hybrid was behind him the whole time. It's all left to Lackey and the Chosen Few. They may have just done this off the back of a huge play from the lane of shaiK. Now Lackey has 10 seconds to try and bring this through, and he's just trying to find kills. That's all he's looking for right now. We'll find one. Oh, just enough time on the plant? No, but the kill, it does come through. The round is lost, but there is only one survivor for the Chosen Few, and that means only one gun carries over.
Yeah, there might even be some FAMASs when they buy up behind this.
MP9s, man, they got no money.
That looked so scary for the Chosen Few. You're playing into short, and there's players about to explode out of the balcony. They're swinging. Right eye. I think they did well to win some of those engagements. They did well. Aurora, though, a second bite at the apple. Here we go again. Full nades for them, of course. All the bells and whistles. Sit out of banana at the start and now starting to advance. Norwi in first. Could do with some supporting util from his teammate, as Libido seems intent on fighting this. He's got Hybrid next to him too. shaiK is playing the bomb site. shaiK's already used his nades, so we haven't got a great deal left. Flashbang is through. Libido does get the kill when Hybrid swings. Massive 2K. That could be enough for overtime.
They could be doing it. They could be doing it. At just the right moment, the Chosen Few find the gumption, find the adjustment, shut down that banana take that's been so effective. Round after round after round in this match. That's been the difference maker, right? They couldn't stop it. Now, this is an interesting bit of positioning. You're all the way through. Into spawn. Selter and Laddie, but look at the hold from the Chosen Few. They're back sight. And there's no Molotov for this new box. There's an HE. That HE would be devastating, to be fair, but there's nothing to force the fight. Oh, there's the spot. There's the peak. Hybrid bang on with one. Hybrid gonna be a dead man. But they're never gonna expect shaiK to be in the exact same position. Selter, it's just a matter of time. When does the peak come through? Oh, he's got him hemmed in and he knows it. Waiting for that plant. Waiting for the shots, and we're going to overtime.
I think we go straight into it, don't we?
We do indeed, I believe.
Wasting no time. Wasting no time. How we like it to be. And even, you know, we played a lot more rounds than this in Go, so why not?
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
At this point, it's just MR12 or MR15.
Yeah.
Now it's just normal Inferno.
All right.
What we're used to. I mean, talk about big step-ups at the end, right? You have that round from short with shaiK. You have the stumping of the B take in a way that the Chosen Few just could not do for most of the game. And now you have Laddie just burning himself to death in Molotovs for reasons.
A lot of
Was
players.
there supposed to be a smoke? Was he supposed to back away? What was going on there?
No idea, and this is falling apart. Hybrid, who, let's be honest, has had a bit of a difficult game in the last few, has come alive in terms of fighting banana. That two-piece in the previous to get it into overtime is as impact frags go, that is well up there. A great performance from him, and this is looking flat from Aurora. Of course, given it's overtime, given the start money, there's no real reason to save, so they're still going to give this a look. And I'll actually tell you what, Mike, I don't like that they're playing so many people A right now.
It is a little odd.
This has to be a
Making some big
fast commitment to a
assumptions.
retake. SPELLAN cannot overfight this. It's not worth it.
No, I think the molly goes down, the spam's probably there, and that's about it. Good timing on the molly. Oh, they're pushing down mid now. Pushing down mid. The take is going to be on. It's going to be a very fast flank, though. Look at this. shaiK is just running it. And here they go. They've caught him on the flank. They've caught them on the periphery, and it's worked out. This was the idea. And it's coming to fruition. It's all on Celta in a 1v5 with 20 seconds to go. 16 now. Can't spare any more time. This one's done one way or another. He's going down. It's Libido to deliver the death blow. And the chosen few, after letting this game slip, after being in control for so long, they've regained it. They've regained the lead.
Okay. Pause is in. And as a reminder, guys, 3 pauses in regulation. Every bout of overtime, we're in number 1, of course, at the moment, get an extra pause. And it'll be quite fun to keep tabs on the teams who's kind of, you know, thinking about that. Are they going to use it all the time? Is the coach, you know, really in tune, thinking this is a good time in overtime to bring it out? Hopefully this isn't a tech pause. That'd be a bit upsetting, because we're right in the thick of it. But yeah, chosen few back in the lead. Back in the lead. And a good round there. I'll tell you what, SPELLAN doesn't have that many frags relative to the heavy hitters on the server right now, but I really do think he's had some big impact ones.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, on the lurks, just it seems like when he's finding the kills, they're round changing. Over on the other side, I mean, for Aurora, right? Messiness. What's going on with Laddie burning alive in that last round? What's going on with these this pace? I guess they had the pace on Banana, right? And now they've been stumped a little bit, and they're struggling to adjust. They have the heavy hitters. Right now it's Norwi and Norwi because we've had a player drop out of the server. But does seem like we're going to take a little bit of a moment here. Hopefully, you know what? Let's just hold it for a bit, Alan. What do you think?
Well, the magic pixies in our ears tell us this is not that long. So
hopefully,
I think we can brute force this one out. Let's have a look at the other games, see where we're at in terms of the rest of the qualifier. I think it's just the 2 streams today. And Looking for Org have picked up their map pick up against Apex. So I guess that's the discussion, if we've got a minute, is granted it is CS2, but this Apex team at the moment does seem a little bit flummoxed by the changes to me.
So here's the thing about the Apex roster, right? They have been good with Kicksan since the addition in, right? Much better than they were, you know, at the beginning of that year. But their performance at the major was huge. It was still very obviously an overperformance based on what they had delivered in the past, right? And I think it's tough as an organization or as management to have that kind of massive performance and then maybe reset the expectations a little bit. And they've now made the decision to move on from STIKO. You know, he's been part of that roster for as long as I can remember. Them having a roster. It's been a long time. I mean, basically since they made the decision to pick up that project. Replacing that kind of a player is difficult. Even if he's not the IGL, he was their IGL for a while. He was their secondary caller, certainly. He was one of the most experienced voices. You've got talent. What they have in the new guy, Sense, hard to say. But certainly when you look at the pieces there, I think there's talent. It took a long time for that previous 5 to become what they were.
Yeah.
And I think it might take a while to get back.
I guess also if you look at their overall actual time in Counter-Strike, how much of that was spent in a building phase, how much of that was spent learning, and how much of that was actually spent performing. And we're talking sub 10% in terms of actually playing at a top 20 level. Maybe in the top 10 level at the major. So yeah, Either way, we cruised our way through that slight pause. It's definitely worth staying on. You're something to ponder. As Brackets is taken by Aurora, there's only 2 in defense lane, so Chosen Few either to get some good damage out of this banana control as they have, and maybe they can have the best of both worlds and get these rotates back over in time too.
This utility has just been so punishing. And Norwi out of play. He's been your difference maker, right? Now you got the flank down. Banana Hybrid takes the peak, drops Laddie KK. You're forced into this A take. Libido's even adjusting to make sure they can't slip in towards CT, which is interesting. Hybrid is checked on the aggression, but it's the fight on lane. Lackey trying to make this happen, able to do so, but now he's alone. A 1v2 for Lackey. Bombs down. Good timing on the plant, trying to find a fight, trying to isolate one of these angles, one of these duels. Looking for Libido, but Libido on the swing. His shot will be true. 14 on. It's starting to look very good for the Chosen Few.
It was 12-10 in regulation for Aurora. Yes. And they had that round against a weaker buy, and since then, it's been pretty damn flat. It's not like we've gone to a massive one-on-one.
I think the thing is, you have to remember how Aurora were winning so many of those rounds was off of that B take. The banana take, the aggression. And the Chosen Few have shut them down there. For the last 4 rounds, it feels like. And Aurora just don't seem to have a solution without being able to take that banana control.
They feel uncomfortable with playing out of banana. A very common way of playing in Go for years. And that's what Aurora are going for here. They sit at the bottom. The Chosen Few did show 3 nades, and SPELLAN, I think he's overthinking this a little bit. He's deliberately got them to show 3 nades there and stacked 4A. Expecting a reaction. Oh my lord. That was that was overzealous. You got away with that one, SPELLAN.
I think it's astounding that there was no casualty on either side. At this point, at this juncture, but they've got the numbers in the right place. The fight's coming to them. Looking the wrong way. Skrimo nearly lines up 3. And a peek back in. That's the bomb. This is so chaotic. The Chosen Few have just opted to fight all the way through, and there's still a pit player. Lackey doesn't know that there's a pit player. Lackey has no idea, and so he's dead. Shot to the back of the head, and it's a flawless first half of overtime for the Chosen Few. They just need one more round.
Wow. I can't believe the wheels have fallen off like this. I can't believe it, and it kind of works. SPELLAN's cool. It was so simple.
I love it.
I can't believe Aurora fell for it, to be honest.
Well, you think about what they saw, right? They saw the 3 nades banana. Then they saw SPELLAN swing for info check on mid. So then they tried to hunt him down, but then there were 3 players positioned towards the lane just to fight them. So one guy peeks, they kill him, another guy peeks, they trade him, and then a 3rd guy peeks while they're all looking the other way. Madness. Norwi, though, back on the AUG. Back into happy times. Might have to start giving the AUG another look, I tell you what.
Okay, it might be a 5-on-3, but these B players are bleeding, to put it lightly. Libido might be able to get a fight soon in apartments. shaiK wants a duel. He's just going to walk. He's just going to walk. Latty's come off and into Moto. There could be a chance here as Latty could present himself to the side. That's a huge kill from Seltzer. shaiK is exposed. I just think it's too much to ask. He's in a crossfire. I don't know how he finds his frags. First found, actually. Latty's got his pistol out, and that is looking a little bit silly. How is this round falling apart?
No. Bomb's going to be down. He needs to reload. He needs to reload. He still didn't have bullets in the gun. And Norwi will put the shot down. I mean, even getting it this close, look at the health remaining.
I can't believe it.
How did that almost come off?
I can't believe it. He's going into a crossfire. And then Latty's running in with a pistol out. He could have... Did they not know the player was low? I think Aurora are looking really flustered. They got away with that. If they didn't have the opening picks, there is no way they're holding A in that scenario. And that's their first round in a while. First round in the last 6. But they'll take it. 2 more chances for the Bulgarians. Come on. Give us a map win. Give us something to scream about. Get it done.
Lot of utility early here for Aurora. They want this banana control. They're taking it. They're seizing it. That nade pop actually winds up working beautifully for Norwi. Peeks into it, finds Skrimo. And they get the re-smoke up as well. That's a tough start for the chosen few. They're stymied here across the map. Out of a lot of their own utility as well, surprisingly. Smoke off this long presence. Ah, there's the nade in the peak.
Yeah, that's a nice one. You see how, because he's in the cubby,
Yeah.
I know it's a little bit different in CS2, but it probably takes a lot of the damage off. You might be able to do that on B as well, if you go in that cubby on the right-hand side. Interesting. Very interesting. There's a lot to learn with these interactions, aren't there?
Look at SPELLAN. Look at SPELLAN's through.
No way.
Or are they going to go back to this B play with SPELLAN now through in towards CT? Oh, Hybrid's just trying to sell this, but he's dropped. So, A, it is. I wonder if that was a bit of miscomm, and now SPELLAN collected. So, mistiming on this. They're not all coming in coordinated. It's just going to be a 2-on-2 on site, and cavalry quickly on the way. Crossfire setup. You're just not getting away with this. There's no time. Bomb plant. Money, at least. You don't have to think about money here in overtime, but there's only one more round. It wouldn't have been an issue regardless.
Can come in handy for the AWPer. I will say that. Having the bomb
I mean, you have 9k on SPELLAN, right?
Yeah, it's true. Okay, well. The full 30.
The full 30. It felt like that, for a moment, was a really good setup for the chosen few. And because I think it was Hybrid goes out on B without waiting to see if SPELLAN can work his way all the way through. Obviously, there's like 25 seconds. There's not much time. There was just enough time to try and make that play happen. And I think we might have seen just a hint of panic. People trying to make plays.
Okay, banana taken. Bulgarians not looking to fight this early as they sit out. In a much slower game. SPELLAN's going to smoke for brackets. It's actually just a flashbang for now. Sure, the smoke's coming soon. shaiK gets on the angle. That is a hard shot to hit in this game. I'll tell you that. Hybrid was next to be called upon. And straight through the smoke. That is magic.
That's just knowing thine enemy. He's gonna swing. Norwi, by the way, has 30 kills. shaiK as well. So they're matching each other's output. The old 30 bomb. I guess we do have 30 rounds, so it's only fitting. And they're headed towards B. And Alan. It's just Lackey. And he has no nades. There's almost no nades left anywhere on this CT side.
Latty might be able to get his flashes off just in time. Let's see.
20 seconds. Nades are just being tossed. Flash is slowing it down. Allows Lackey and KENSi to peek back out. Uh-oh. This could have been enough. They need a kill. They're not getting it. Hybrid trades 1 for 1. Time is out. Now the reinforcements are here. It was an opportunity. It's been lost. SPELLAN trying to make something happen here. They're burning alive. They have to risk the vault off. Now Laddie just has to take care of the bomb plant there. And he's done it. We're going for more. We're going for another period of overtime.
That was wild. And just in time. Latty wins the round with those flashbangs. That is game over with Adam. No break. We're straight into this again. Overtime at number 2. And Aurora. I still maintain that they are playing some scrappy Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
It is not perfect by any means. Norwi is saving them in a lot of these rounds.
If there's even an extra second there for the flashbangs, I think that's a chosen few round. Crazy. Norwi is playing with an XM? What? Huh?
Where is
In overtime? What?
I mean, we thought the Nova yesterday was bizarre. I tell you what, he's
was
also...
it an eco?
Yeah,
Anti-eco.
he's also just mucked up a banana smoke. This one shouldn't be here.
What? Is there a gun back? Maybe he like dropped a retake.
No, well, I think he was planning to play up close on banana with the shotgun, but
now he's playing coffins.
It's mad.
Gonna have to see if that one costs them, because this is a weird round. Shakes on the angle. Shakes on the angle. Laddie jiggling. Bomb's isolated here for Skrimo. And Laddie's holding the line. Uh-oh. Lackey is in the smoke, hearing them jumping around here. Got some information, gonna call teammate back over. But huge kills from Laddie KK, who has had a quiet map, but what a time to step up. Line him up and knock him down, and now we might see the XM in play. SPELLAN peeking? Never mind. Who needs an XM? You got Lackey. I'm a little disappointed we never are going to have to actually see Norwi use and justify this XM.
There you go.
And he even gets a kill with it. Why not?
The reason I really don't get the shotguns right now is, to me, shotguns are up close, a right eye angle, and play the range game, but I just feel like, be it an AK or especially a MAC-10 or a Tech-9, I think the T-side is a massive advantage against you. I think you're in real trouble with a shotgun. Remember that round yesterday from, oh god, who was it? Must have been a Spirit player. Magic's Nova on a Nuvis.
Oh, with the Nova, yeah.
Yeah, that was,
I mean, in fairness to him, he just got
shocking.
deleted instantly. But
I
it was
just don't think you get in a very good fight at the moment.
Yeah.
It's difficult. He's actually kept it, you know. He
shake
could have
here.
just bought a rifle. He's definitely got the
He
money.
has. He could have picked up an AK as well. I don't... So maybe trying to prove a point. I don't really get it right now. But also, Lackey's just killing everybody, so I don't need to get it.
Really flipped on the pendulum as this match, hasn't it? Chosen Few had such a great chance. Such a great chance when they went man up in the first overtime, right towards the end. But this one's looking ever so difficult. I guess Celta is a little bit isolated. Latty's come all the way off. So if they can find this kill, maybe there's a plan. Maybe there's a window. The Celta says no, Libido's gone. Good trade from SPELLAN. Ooh, okay, makes it 2. I guess he's within the realms, but he's got a lot of work left.
SPELLAN. 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 Oh, can't make it happen.
Did he run out of bullets?
Yep.
Yeah, I thought he did, yeah. Good try, but that round was already too far gone, and I tell you what, Lackey he wasn't anywhere near Norwi a few rounds ago, was he? He's about 20
he's
kills?
picked it massively up.
Yeah.
He's had like a 3 and a 4K in these last couple rounds. You know, when your teammate buys an XM again, he bought another XM. When your teammate keeps buying an XM, you got to step up. Maybe that's... Norwi's actually a mental coach now.
Ah.
Saying, let me troll so that Lackey feels the pressure and has to kill everybody.
I'm sure there's so many people watching this thinking, you know, they're playing at their golden over level. They're thinking, why did this guy keep buying a shotgun? Like, they wouldn't do this at the pro level. Well.
I just need to see him, like, have to justify it one round. He's gotten into so many situations where it just didn't ultimately matter what gun he was holding. I just need to see him justify it.
I could believe in, you know, one circumstance in a close-up angle that makes sense, but in the game of retakes, especially like Inferno, it is risky stuff. Here comes some A nades. I think they've missed one of the smokes. He's in towards mid. KENSi's up next, and he gets absolutely swung. Ferrari peaked. KENSi's gone. Norwi by the wayside too. It's just Lackey with any presence towards the B side of the map. He has to stay alive. And he just gets enveloped. This is going to be a round, surely, for the Chosen Few.
Losing SPELLAN at least means that this retake can happen. But shaiK's going to get the bomb planted, and yeah, I mean, it's even just so much time on the retake, right? You got Hybrid as the first line of defense. That nade is timely to put them on notice. And slow them down, right? Because now you have to clear top banana. Someone threw that nade. Where are they? You don't know. Another HE, little harassment damage. I'm ticking away on this clock. Libido hits the first. All onto Selter now. Now this one's looking done. And dusted. One way or another, you're going down. And it's Libido who goes up to hunt it. So 1 round found on the T side for the Chosen Few as we swap our sides. That was the round that eluded them.
Yeah. I believe that's also, by the way, the first T side round since this game went 12-10. It's been a long drought. It's been all CT since then.
That's true.
So they are really... T-side rounds are at an absolute premium at the moment. So it might just be the one for the Chosen Few, but in some backward sense, maybe they're getting some confidence off that.
I think that means we had 10 CT rounds in a row. One.
Yeah, it'd be 6, 2, and 2, yeah. Quick maths.
I did math.
That's the hardest maths I've done since I got my degree.
Yeah, sounds about right. Ooh, nice peek from Hybrid. Norwi was just so blind and threw a smoke. Threw a smoke! Lucky, feeling the juices. Almost caught another. Actually insane that the peekers is so strong that you can be coming out of a smoke and still get that kind of an advantage. Like,
it's wild that the peekers advantage is so strong and nobody can win a T round at the moment.
That's true.
Wild. I think they might need to go back to basics, play some simple CS. They're just gonna... Okay, they do actually respect the smoke. I thought they were going to exploit through. CT smoke is in. They've double smoked that, so a bit of a miscomm. Could have really used one in coffins to ensure a plant. Fortunately, the molly will keep Libido suppressed. But Libido not to be hard done. Bit of smoke. And he's going for it.
Nice kill over the smoke. And a second as well. KENSi. No, Libido. Might have just done this. Sets up his captain. In the clutch. SPELLAN somehow alive. Needs the headshot. They're both tagged down. They can't find the shot. They can't find the peak. Lottie has the advantage of positioning. Oh, but he can't find it. So many chances. So many cracks at it. So many bites at the apple. But it's SPELLAN who wins it. And we're tied up once again.
Somebody's just slammed a keyboard.
Yeah.
Oh my.
That's a desk flipper.
I mean, we never like to point out mechanical errors, but you can't help but be any of these Aurora players and think, what on earth? Equally, everybody on the Chosen Few is laughing. They can't believe it. They've just seen a silhouette painted around SPELLAN.
Yeah. You know SPELLAN was just fully clenched through all of that fight. I mean...
This should have been
Talk about it.
It should have been 2 map points. It's enormous.
Hybrid, can you get the opener here as well? Aggression, just, I think that was probably spammed through the smoke, through the bottom B smoke on towards the T-ramp. So Lackey's out of play. He's been your big performer here in overtime, right? Norwi has slowed way the heck down. Whether it's due to his XM purchases or not, it's been Lackey who's taken command. And now he's gone. So, Norwi gonna try and create again. Creeping through up to the half wall. And it seems like B, at least for now, is where they want to finish.
Here we go. Smoke's ready. Libido tucks in behind Coffin. Swings wide. Not the kill initially, and KENSi punishes. Do they clear emo? Not the first man. Hybrid surely gets 2, but not to be. 3 on 3 then, but more smokes for this T side to keep chaining onto CT. That's going to make it really difficult to pull off a retake.
They spent them all. They spent them all. They dropped another coffins. So there will be some time after the fade, but you're right. Time's going to be massively of the issue. Laddie and KENSi are both low. Oh, they're stacked up. If they were at HE, this would be such an interesting round, but there's not, so it's going to have to be off the guns, and shaiK, well, he'll deliver exactly one of those. Oh, Oh, and the second as well. shaiK doing it all. Now the position revealed. KENSi, though, in the clutch, getting run down by Skrimo. He's got it! KENSi finds the round. KENSi finds map point for Aurora.
That is unbelievable. And we'll say it again. Peaky's advantage is a big deal in this game right now. It's so hard to win a fight when you're in the position that KENSi was at the end. I almost probably pre-fired the last guy. That is unbelievable. That is a huge mechanical outplay. And again, that's the story of this game. The chosen few on so many gun rounds and so many key positions play good Counter-Strike, but they're up against it. And this will be heartbreak to a level that they haven't experienced before if they lose this map. My God.
That's... What? Where did the bullets go? That's a well-built wall, I'll tell you that much. A blind fight. Norwi with his eyes full of smoke and Hybrid with his eyes full of flash. Ends up with Hybrid finding another opener. He's done a great job of finding opening picks here in this banana fight. That one may be a little more fortunate than others. But it allows the chosen few to gamble the numbers over towards A, and it feels like for the first time in a long time we might actually get an A play. SPELLAN ringing out random shots. Find himself a lottery ticket. Not finding that, but shaiK with a walk in will claim his prize. Baki's got a cheeky spot. 40 seconds on the clock. Can he find some impact here? Oh, no one's looking. But he walks too far, and indeed, Libido is holding it. A bird in the hand, two in the bush. Something about that. But right now, this bush is looking like it's primed for triple overtime.
This is surely too much to ask.
15 seconds. Nades out, smokes out. They gotta go. Now, smoke onto the Coffins player, but he peeks ahead of it. Hybrid finds the important kill, and now we're going for more. Alan, there will be no end to this game of Inferno. We go again.
Sly, we make this MR12 switch to speed up the games. Not being the case for this one. Not being the case. And, yeah. Let's take a little bit of a stock, because, how has this game really shaken up recently? I guess there's been a lot of rounds of the T side losing early numbers. This is for both teams, that is. Really struggled to get into their defaults, which is a bit of a surprise. And, oh my lord. Couldn't do that in Go, but they'll take it. Make it 2. This round is crumbling on A.
Looking donezo. It's looking donezo. They almost stacked up for Skrimo, but no, instead it's just kill after kill after kill. Libido's found something. But that's a consolation prize. There's no way. No way. No how. No chance for him to get back into this one. Is he even gonna save? I mean, it's like, it's a hopeless situation. The save doesn't matter. But in your brain, it's hard as an Inferno player to forget your protocols. Maybe he could get an AK. That would be an advantage. That would be nice. But also look at how crazily they're hunting him right now. That also doesn't matter in overtime.
Okay.
I'm not saying they checked every corner, but there's a world where he tried to pull off a sneaky play and they just left sight.
Well, this game's had everything. Not that yet. Still time. There is still time. As Aurora retake the lead. Do you watch any tennis?
Do I watch any tennis?
Yeah.
No, not really. Not particularly.
Are you
I'm
familiar
aware of
with
how
the
the sport
scoring
works.
system? That's what we
Yes,
really
yes,
need
yes.
to know.
I've played tennis.
Because in tennis, there's so many big games where it's a bit like Counter-Strike, where there's no intrinsic advantage to being... You still got to win the last point to win the game. And it's always those last games. It's the last set. It's in the tiebreaker. It's back in the day before there were tiebreakers in the 5th set. A game would go on forever because nobody could just convert that last damn round. And that's what this game of Inferno has been. Both teams with match points. And no victor just yet.
Ooh, SPELLAN going to the AWP now. 2-1-2. What are you doing, SPELLAN? How is it working? He just sprinted down banana with an op, flies into the angle, and wins the fight. And now Selter just has no idea what to do.
No
wrong
way.
choice. Wrong choice, Selter. You guessed. You guessed wrong. SPELLAN. SPELLAN.
Oh,
What are you doing to me?
yeah, I think Libido was amped up by the audacity there. That was wild. Oh my lord. Okay, well, there's no respite in this game. I think they've forgotten, Mike, they have extra pauses because nobody's taken one for ages.
No, yeah, reminder, everyone gets a pause every new period of overtime. They get one.
Yeah, somebody should be using them. And by this point, there's been a lot of crazy rounds, crazy moments where it just helps to have a bit of a reset. But remember, I mean, Aurora, this is a young team. There's no, for me, at least, any, what I describe as natural leadership figures, at least when you look at their previous teams. So maybe that's a factor. Norwi gets one, Nade does the damage back. So it is a 4-on-4. As Aurora looking to move mid next.
Swing just immediately back in. They're just trading. They're just fighting everything in existence, and it's going to work out for the T side. They've taken out all the A defenders. They don't know it yet, though. They don't know it. It's a double push down banana. These guys are full sprinting it. They're not making any secret of it. Now Selter will have heard. The swing back in, the check back in, and Selter takes both. And so it is a lead for Aurora off of their T half. Not what we're used to seeing. And maybe these 2 rounds will be enough to close now that the shoe's on the other foot. It feels like all of the rules have just gone out the window. Everyone's sprinting into every fight. Full W holding madness, Alan.
Name of the game. This is a good matchup for the Chosen Few. If they're playing, I think, a team that was more rigid and a bit more fundamentally sound, they'd really struggle to win these mid-round scenarios. But Aurora is just making this such an absolute carnage fest. It's becoming more of an individual fight. It's got to be said. Lackey, Norwi, KENSi's had his moments too. These guys are truly coming into their own. Well, shaiK has had a good game, but in this very latter stages, now into the 3rd overtime, some of the bigger names starting to spool up. Norwi, though, traded. KENSi is a way off, smoking towards CT. This is dire. This is going to be a tough hold.
That's unfortunate for Hybrid. Didn't count as bullets.
And Libido's way off, by the way. He needs to get over.
Does indeed. Had a face-off with Selter. Now both have had to reposition. Selter's still here, by the way, on A. Now he's got the comms. The bomb's, in fact, gone down. So it is eventually going to be a 3-on-3, but KENSi wins that initial fight. shaiK down. Pop out, utility over. Good flashbang. Gives them the angle, gives them the control. They could actually just get on this.
Smoke coming in for Banana. This is going to be really tough now.
And a big kill. They know it's an off on the last. They're just going to stick that bomb. There's so little you can hope to do about this, and Selter runs him down. Map point going to be established again for Aurora. They couldn't do it in regulation. They haven't done it in overtime yet, but now, surely they've done enough.
There's no doubt that this is the best chance yet. CT side, which I actually think this Inferno is going to be quite T-sided, but at least in this map, it's been very CT, especially as of late. Huge opportunity now. I tell you what, the Augs have come in favour. 3 of them for the CT side. Didn't start the game like that, so they've clearly played themselves into this mindset.
Everyone's been watching Norwi with the AUG, and they're like, Then Lackey picked it up and started frying. So now Selter's like, maybe I will have 35 kills if I pick this up.
Okay, so Banana is established. Lackey's taking a bit of damage for his trouble. No way. You can't be serious.
Full audio queuing?
You cannot be serious.
That was ambitious.
Why?
It's just been that kind of game, man. It's just been that kind of game. Nade pop. Smoke clear. Damage back the other way, but KENSi is able to give them the slipperino. Seems Seems like this wants to be a taken towards B, but the Molotov at least will deny this. Ticks there, confirm that players are here. KENSi wants to go through. On the smoke fade, he gets one. Was it worth it?
Gets info, I guess. Tells his two A players they should hang around, but it has left a nice chunky gap.
And they just keep going for it. They just keep fighting it. They just keep fighting it. Selter out. Can't even get scoped in time. The bomb's going to be down, and this ain't going to be the round for Aurora. Unless Norwi can really show us some heroics. This bomb is ticking away.
Well, there's no point saving.
What is this game? What is this game, Alan?
I don't know. I don't know
what has this
happened.
turned into?
How do we have
everything?
Two players going through smokes in one round?
Popping smokes, nading smokes.
Well, at least there's a plan
fades.
when you're nading the smoke. I'll give them some credit.
Norwi just doesn't even have time. He hasn't even given himself enough time for this retake. He cannot win this. Just about kills, I guess.
Yeah,
sure.
She's literally just starts at that point, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, right. Are we going quad overtime?
Kind of feel like we are. I'll be honest with you. It's just so messy on both sides. Feels like every time Aurora get themselves a map point, they just immediately, everyone's like, all right, glue your W key down. Smokes are invisible. Just go. Fight, fight, fight. Not that they're much more disciplined in the other rounds, but...
All Aurora needs is one opening. One piece of magic. Finish this damn game off. That nade damage is a great start. Make it a two-piece.
There it is.
Oh, it's happening.
Norwi, of course, deliver it to them. Selter from the pit. Around the truck goes Libido. Laddie gets the kill. I think Selter had spotted him and was about ready to swing, and Laddie's like, no. Chill. I got this, bro.
It's ending in tears, isn't it?
So SPELLAN in a 1v5 in a map that's gone so far.
It's been valiant.
And now...
But it's not enough, is it?
He's told them where he is. There's a duel. They give him the fight. KENSi takes the kill. 22 rounds for Aurora Gaming. It took 42 rounds of play, but Aurora have done it. Aurora have taken their opponent's map pick. And now,
yeah,
I don't even remember what the veto is, Alan.